When a person in Atlanta calls 911, they're asked if they need police, fire, or EMS. Once they say EMS, the dispatcher will transfer them to Grady EMS. And I found it's what they say next that will ultimately determine the ambulance response. Moments after a bad fall, Randy Hubble knew his partner was in trouble. So he grabbed his phone and dialed 911.
I need to get an ambulance over to our residence. My partner has fallen down and he has hurt his hip.
Randy made that call at 9:30 on a Tuesday night in February. 40 minutes later, no ambulance had come to his Atlanta home. So he called again.
Like, what's going on?
You have the call, sir, and I do want to apologize. We are experiencing a delay. We have a very high call volume in your area. Has anything changed with his breathing or level of consciousness?
No, but he's
Is there
not
any
mobile.
new pain or bleeding?
No.
Okay. Given the high volume of calls we are experiencing, we are prioritizing your call based on his symptoms, and there may be a significant wait. One of our providers will be sent to evaluate you at your home within the next few hours.
The fall broke his partner's hip. While in severe pain, they waited. It took Grady EMS 2 hours to arrive. Did you ever think this could happen?
No. To be put in a queue because he wasn't bleeding and he wasn't having cardiac experience, yet he was not mobile, couldn't go to the bathroom, and was experiencing a heavy degree of pain. It's just very disappointing and sad.
Grady claimed that their average monthly response time for life-threatening calls so far this year was between 10 and 13 minutes, and for less urgent calls, 17 minutes. But for someone waiting for an ambulance, CBS 46 Investigates uncovered it's actually much longer, because Grady's clock does not start when you make the call and the dispatcher answers. It only starts when the ambulance is sent out. CBS 46 Investigates combed through dozens of state health records, and we found that overall response times were dramatically higher than Grady suggested. In fact, the average monthly response time for life-threatening calls, according to state records, was between 22 and 29 minutes so far this year. And for less urgent calls, between 46 and 89 minutes. And we found it's not a new trend. Response times for life-threatening calls more than doubled over the last 15 months and quadrupled for less urgent calls.
I'm not going to make any excuses. That is unacceptable.
It's a problem City Councilwoman Keisha Waits recognizes is impacting public safety.
We're all a team. And so if one is having challenges, we're all having challenges. And so it's my hope to figure out how we can get them the resources to thrive.
So we took our findings to John Hansen, the Senior VP of Grady EMS.
Is there ever a reason that someone should have to wait close to 2 hours for an EMS?
Yeah, so I wouldn't call it that there would be a reason for them to wait that long. It wouldn't be our hope that anyone would wait that long.
Is that a problem?
Yes. It's a problem. So
And like his counterpart at Atlanta's E911 Center, who I questioned about 911 hold times, Hansen offered a similar explanation.
I think you can attribute most of it to staffing shortages.
While Grady EMS budgets for 200 full-time paramedics and EMTs, right now they only have 145 full-time employees.
You acknowledge there's a problem here. What are you doing to do better?
Absolutely, I'm glad you asked that question. We, on May 22nd, we implemented a new operations plan.
That plan included a complete restructuring of Grady's dispatch protocols, so that medic trucks are now only responding to life-threatening calls, while basic trucks or single driver cars are responding to lower-level calls. Grady has also increased pay for paramedics and EMTs, while implementing sign-on and retention bonuses.
We'll take the criticisms and the challenges, but we're going to work through them, and we fix things.
Big promises.
You haven't helped. That's why.
Offering little comfort to those who have already waited.
Because this is Atlanta, this is an awesome city, and to have service like that for our 911 is not okay.
For some perspective, we also talked with the National Fire Protection Association about their guidelines, and they call for an overall response time between 6 and 11 minutes. Meanwhile, there is talk among city leaders about Atlanta starting its own ambulance services. Of course, we'll be watching that closely. Rachel Polanski, CBS 46 News.